Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, not much depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos, news update. Give us additional states or we go to court. OHANEZE ﷺ, the National Assembly, and TINUBU. Now, the OHANEZE ﷺ, yes, Emmanuel Iwanyanwu and his group, they are threatening the federal government with court action or with legal action, yes. They said the federal government and the National Assembly should give Southeast additional state, or else they will drag them to court. They will drag the federal government to court to seek interpretation of the constitution of their country, Nigeria. Yes. Now, Emmanuel Iwanyanwu said this when he was addressing newsmen in a way. Let me quote his statement verbatim. Quote, OHANEZE is concerned about the obvious inequality and injustice manifested in the recent appointment of members of the Federal Executive Council, FEC. Altogether, 48 members were appointed and sworn in, but only 5 were appointed from the Southeast. By the principle of federal character, the Southeast ought to have gotten at least 8 ministers. This action has put the Southeast in an absolute minority in the Federal Executive Council. For the avoidance of doubt, the OHANEZE ﷺ stands for equity and justice. OHANEZE ﷺ believes that equity and justice are fundamental prerequisites for an enduring, harmonious relationship in a country such as Nigeria with many diversities. The federal character enshrined in our constitution is a major step towards the management of Nigeria's many diversities. We have in the past few years patiently watched some people in authority deny the Southeast our rights. For example, there is no explanation whatsoever for giving Southeast 5 states only, whereas other zones have 6 or 7 states. This situation has put Southeast in a very serious handicap. For example, many appointments are made based on the equality of states. On this premise, Southeast has lost a lot of appointment opportunities. In the legislature, Southeast has lost a whole state legislative assembly, the Federal House of Representatives, and 3 senators. The impact of this is also felt during the presidential primaries, where delegates are drawn from states and local governments. We have also incurred a lot of financial loss in the past 30 years, as revenues are allocated based on equality of states. For the avoidance of doubt, Southeast is committed to the peace, progress, and development of all parts of Nigeria. We therefore appeal to the President and the National Assembly to look into our case and ensure that the National Executive Council is adjusted to reflect the federal character. Some of the reasons given by some political leaders are that Southeast did not vote for them during their elections. In the course of the trial by judiciary, Nigerians should be told clearly whether denial of opportunities should be regarded as legitimate punishment for a group who did not vote for a political leader. If the federal government fails to respond positively to this request, OHANEZE ﷺ will have no choice but to go to court to seek a proper interpretation of our constitution. End of quote. Now, he said the Southeast has been playing a vital role in developing Nigeria. Yes, the Southeast have been doing that, to develop the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. But they have been paid back with this kind of thing. So what are we not talking about? They have atomized what the people of the Southeast, the Igbos, have been losing since the end of the war. Yes. The exclusion, what it has done to the people of Southeast zone. The exclusion, the continued exclusion. So what has done? So now that the OHANEZE is talking about the interpretation of the constitution of the federal character and what I'm not saying, the OHANEZE ﷺ should, come back home. Think what will benefit your people. We are saying this. Additional state will not do any good to you. Check the regions that have states. 7. The Northwest has 7 states, not even 6, 7 states. The Southwest have 6. The Niger Deltans, the South Side, they have 6. So go to those places. Are they better off? Ask yourself, you that asking for more states, are they better off? What is happening there? Are they not part of Nigeria? If you are part of this contraption, if you have 200 states, you will still be lagging behind in the Committee of Nations. If you like have 1 million states, you will still be like, somebody who has not seen a civilization for one day. If you like have thousands of states and you are this contraption, you will still be like Almajiri. So what are we not talking about? So what we're saying is the OHANEZE should have realized by this time that state does not make any difference. Appointment does not make any difference. The foundation of the country is wrong. Since they refuse to go back to the very foundation, to ask themselves, how do we come here? How far are we here? Re-establish themselves. The colonial masters have done their bit and have gone home. So it is incumbent on you to develop yourself with your own pace, or at your own pace, as the case may be. So if you find out that, look, these things that they have locked us together, we cannot help us, let us create ourselves in 3 parts, for instance, and we can be a better country. All right. After all, what are you looking for in the head of Ishazu? That's the head of fish, if not the oboro. You understand? So that's what people. So you are looking for a better a society where people will have future, where there will be peace and tranquility, and people will live their life, fulfill their dreams and aspirations, and will have children, and children will have future. That is it. So if you have seen that your country, they have locked you up together and said you are one indivisible entity, and you come to realize that this thing will not help you, you divide yourself, you allow people to go their separate ways for a better society, and that is it. So since the country has failed to do that, there's no way forward for them. So anybody who is in the contraption asking for additional states, additional appointment, additional revenue, you are, it's a joke taken too far, because by now you should have realized this point we are making. No difference. They are not better than the Southeast. They have ports, they have seaport, they have airport, they have this, they have that, they have all the economy in their place. Yet what is happening? People are suffering in those places. Yes, people are suffering. The Southeast people are complaining about the marginalization. It's true. There's no economic viability in the Southeast. It is in the northern Nigeria. It is in the southwest. It is in the Nigeria. It is in some parts of old Midwest. You see, so very close to southwest, and they are citing all these things. We have Port Harcourt Seaport. It's not functioning. Onitsha is not functioning. They have not even built anything there. They are marginalizing the zone. Anywhere port, you can only fly from Enugu to Abuja. What is international at that place? What is international in Enugu airport? We have seen it. It's Jonathan that even tried what he did when an Ethiopian airline flew out from Enugu, and they said, oh, that was the inauguration of international flights in Enugu. Yes, since how many decades? So since then, Jonathan left office, what's happening in that? Akanibiam, international airport. So we have seen the marginalization, yet those people are not better off. Why? All the money they have been looting, you see the Northeast, where Buhari have established Northeast Development Authority or Council or Commission, as the case may be. What is happening there? All the World Bank money being allocated to Northeast, that place. What's happening there? Poverty is still ravaging the people of the Northeast. More and more. The Southeasterners are even better off. Yet, monies, billions of dollars, Nigerian money they borrowed, World Bank money they borrowed on behalf of Nigeria, going to that place. So what are we not talking about? What we're saying is, let us have this referendum once and for all. Ndi OHANEZE, please. Enough of this agitation for state appointment. This is nonsense.